It's pointless to wait for the motivation to come and stay because there is no such thing as always to be motivated. To be motivated, you have to learn to be disciplined.
If we don't create and control our environment creates and controls us. Motivation shows itself in experiencing desire or aversion, or in other words, you want something or you want to avoid or escape something. It is what makes you act, whether you're making breakfast to reduce hunger or getting one more online course to gain some new knowledge.
Psychologists define motivation as the process by which activities are started, directed, and sustained so that certain needs are met. The idea is that motivation is what guides us to accomplish a goal. We can say that motivation is a driving force behind human actions, and it involves the biological, emotional, social, and cognitive forces that activate behavior. But what specifically lies behind the motivations or why we act? Psychologists have proposed different theories of motivation, such as
Drive theory. People are motivated to take actions in order to lessen or reduce internal tensions that is caused by unmet needs. This theory is good in explaining behaviors that have a strong biological component, such as hunger or thirst. Instinct theory. All organisms are born with innate biological predispositions that help them to survive. This theory suggests that instincts drive all behaviors. Humanistic theory, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, a 5-tier model of human needs, often depicted as hierarchical levels within a pyramid.
from the bottom of the hierarchy upwards, the needs are psychological, safety, love and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. In reality, much more different forces drive and direct our motivations. Different kinds of motivation are oftentimes described as being either extrinsic or intrinsic.
Extrinsic motivations emerge from outside the individual and often include rewards such as money, social recognition, praise, pleasurable touch, and beautiful music. Intrinsic motivations emerge from within the individual, such as learning a new language because you like experiencing new things, not because your job requires it, or participating in a sport because you enjoy it rather than doing it to get an award.
Motivation serves as a navigating force for all our behaviors, and understanding of how it works, knowing the factors that may affect it, is very important in many ways. For instance, to help us take action, to better productivity as we work toward goals, to encourage ourselves to engage in health-oriented behaviors, to help us avoid unhealthy behaviors such as addiction, to help us feel more in control of our lives, to improve overall well-being and happiness. Simply having the desire to accomplish something is not always enough.
Anyone who has ever tried to learn a new language, run every day to lose those annoying extra kilos, or sit still at the computer to finish the project till the end of the deadline, realizes that achieving such a goal requires much persistence through many obstacles on the way, and, with some goals, enormous endurance to keep going in spite of difficulties. So we can split motivation into 3 phases: activation, persistence, and concentration.
Activation, or the initiation of motivated behavior, involves taking the first steps in order to achieve a goal. An example might be the moment you open a document and put there 3 dots, or it might be the day you agree to join your fit friend for a workout. Persistence is the ability to maintain action despite everything. Though you are feeling that you're never going to get as fit as your friend, you join him for the second workout, or 3 dots become hello world. You continue to press on even when you feel like quitting until you achieve that important goal.
Concentration is the ability to give something our undivided attention to the exclusion of all other distractions. The workout feels not as tough if you stop thinking of that cake you saw on the way to the gym. Surprisingly, in 15 minutes of complete attention, you write half a page of your document and it doesn't sound too stupid.
Everybody experiences inconsistencies with motivation and willpower. Sometimes you might feel highly driven to achieve your goals. Sometimes you might be unsure of what you want at all. If an action seems to grant more pleasure than pain, you would likely to choose it. When you are motivated to watch a movie rather than go through your to-do list for the day, that may be the result of the pain-pleasure balance. A lot of people may give up working on their goals because it does not provide the pleasure they want. But over time, as the goals become delayed, the benefits of working towards them may increase.
Muhammad Ali put it in this way: I hated every minute of training, but I told myself, don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion. There are some little steps that you can take when your motivation is not that motivating.
Focus on things that really matter to you. Break your goals into smaller steps and try setting your sights on achieving that first step toward progress. Remind yourself about past achievements, small and big. Writing in a journal can help you clear your head and serve as a reminder of everything you've already achieved. Make improvements in the areas where you feel insecure. Exercise and see your motivation improve because it has been proven to reduce the risk of depression, increase energy, improve sleep, relieve stress, and boost your mood.
And always remember, a person with a passion can wake up every day with the drive to achieve what they want in life.